We've been driving somewhere for a couple of hours. Are we out of town yet? Or were we taken to the forest? Or do they ride in circles around the city, confusing us? Maybe it's not too late to kick down the door and yell. But I really need this job. Have you arrived yet? It was supposed to be an ordinary interview for a secretary vacancy. The ad promised to take people without experience. The main criteria were a bright appearance and a willingness to do anything for the boss. It sounded doubtful. But I signed the papers without looking at them. Not that I had a choice. But no one warned me that they would put a bag on my head and take me to the forest to star in a reality show.
Welcome to the Secretary's Show.
The mechanical voice said that we had to spend 5 weeks in this house, performing tasks on camera, and the one who will have the most views will get a money prize at the end, and a contract with an advertising agency. Huh? Yeah, sure. Personally, I came to the interview to get a normal job, and I don't intend to participate in this.
I remind you of the terms of the contract. If you leave this house before the end of the game, you will pay a fine, each of you.
No one remembered the amount of the fine, but they clearly didn't want to pay. Who wants to lose money? No security is necessary. The girls themselves will tear me apart. Just in case, I took a closer look at them. They were all different, as if they had been specially chosen for their type. One of them was a typical ringleader, already trying to command everyone. And maybe it will be even fun, said the beauty, the most hearted up of us. She even liked it all. There was a girl huddling in the corner, whom I mentally called Wallflower, because she hadn't spoken yet. The smart girl was the only one who checked if there was a connection, and
Your first task, girls.
well, there's nothing complicated. Just make coffee at speed, right?
Now you have to bring coffee to your favorite boss, take cups and saucers, and pass the traps with them.
Did I mention that the coffee was scalding hot and the cups were full to the edge? When the ringleader was passing obstacle course, something nasty happened.
Life hack. If you want more views, pour your coffee over someone in this room.
The ringleader immediately did it. Poor Wallflower. The beauty immediately repeated after her and doused the smart girl, but her coffee wet the smart girl's pants, not her bare legs. Got off easy. How can you do this? The ringleader said that viewers love shock content, nothing personal. Everything was for the sake of the prize. I had seen enough. I wasn't going to wait for more. As soon as the robo-nanny allowed us to go through the rooms, I began to study the house. I can get out through the ventilation. I wanted to leave, but going alone through the forest, and I turned to the only sensible person here, to the smart girl. Do you want to try to leave? Instead of an ally, I got a slap in the face. It turns out that the smart girl intended to compete for the prize, and my escape would spoil everything for her. I'm the only one smart enough to know that no amount of money is worth it, huh? I've postponed my escape as a last resort. After all, there's food, water, and a roof over your head. I'll see it through and then say goodbye to this crazy company. So I thought, and a week later, we woke up and one of us was missing. There were 5 of us.
It was said in your contracts, the one with the least number of views is out of the show at the end of the week.
No matter how much I asked for an explanation, the robo-nanny didn't tell me what happens to the excluded. Are they going to be sent home? Or Wallflower, smart girl, and I were scared, and the ringleader with the beauty were laughing on the camera. I'm freaking out. This isn't a child's game. After the disappearance, the atmosphere changed. We were still completing tasks, but not as relaxed as before. The thought, what if I'm next, was gnawing at everyone, and the tasks became more and more strange. When we were offered to eat a cockroach on camera, I refused to participate for the first time. Beauty and the ringleader had a fight over the last cockroach. I was sick of their display. However, these toads were in the top views. I was in the middle, and Wallflower was almost at the bottom. She was afraid of everything, and her videos were the most boring. Even I knew that. The smart girl claimed that if she is the best in everything, then the victory will be in her pocket. Victory will, but views? The audience liked thrash. It was obvious. Drama and fights attracted audience's attention, and the ringleaders and beauties' ratings soared to the skies. The relationship between us completely collapsed. It would seem, how can it even be worse? But now everyone was deliberately bullying each other on camera. You fools! They only did it for the prize, and I was the only one who really wanted to be free. We fought more and more, and the tasks only got worse. At the end of the second week, the smart girl disappeared. Her strategy of perfect casting didn't justify itself. The second time was less creepy. I didn't have any more strength to be afraid. The ringleader decided to celebrate the next week with a live broadcast. She got a lot of comments, like take off your shirt, do a handstand. The ringleader completed everything like a monkey in the zoo. It was sickening to watch. And suddenly, we heard a heart-rending scream.
Immediately leave the room.
We were shaking behind closed doors, expecting the worst, while Flower was frankly crying. And then the ringleader came back with a fresh cast on her arm and eerily happy. Her break gathered a crazy number of viewers, and the wild scream was cut into memes. I immediately understood what this means. Now we will switch to outright cruelty to get views. It's time to finish this circus. No show must go on. That's enough for me. I also asked for a live broadcast, but I wasn't going to do any tasks. As soon as the camera turned on, I told the audience, "Help! You're being held by force! Call the police!" Someone even answered me in the chat. I was happy. But the broadcast immediately stopped, and the robo-nanny spoke again. But she said that instead of a broadcast, the moderators were pre-recording because they expected a trick from me.
She set you up to pay the fine. What do we do with traitors?
My attempt to save everyone turned into a death sentence. They completely hated me. It's not a house, but a jar with rats. There was a real war going on in the house against me. The ringleader added dried cockroaches right in my plate a couple of times. The tasks were getting tougher. My views were failing. I had to agree to another task, and it wasn't a pleasant one. They put me in a chair, put on my stupid secretary badge, and lowered me to the bottom of the pool. I never had weak lungs, but holding my breath was difficult. Especially when I saw the snakes. The pool is full of them. I managed and didn't fall out of the rating, but I fell even lower in the eyes of venturous toads. At night, the ringleader covered my hair with glue, and I had to cut it off. The wallflower warned me that the ringleader and the beauty were conspiring and planning to rough up with me in the bathroom. God, I just wanted a normal job. I was paranoid. I thought that the manager was helping my rivals. Otherwise, where did they get glue and cockroaches? I was all on my nerves, so I started preparing to escape. Even though the forest, I don't care. Let the wolves eat me. They are better than crazy girls and crazy tasks. I just need to be quiet so I won't be spotted at the last moment. Complete tasks so-so, and don't try to catch the camera like the ringleader with Beauty did. Stop! What's Wallflower doing with a hammer? I barely had time to intervene. Thank God, the bones survived. The last thing we needed was another fracture. There was a first aid kit in the house, and I brought some stuff to put on the bruise. How did you manage to punch yourself like that? And then I realized another week was coming to an end, and there were just 4 of us. Wallflower was next in line. She wanted to attract the audience with hardcore stuff, but courage and dexterity were not enough, and she disgraced herself on camera. She begged me, "Please, take me with you. I know you're going to run away." I agreed. Still, it's easier together. Probably. Just a little more time and we'll be free. I was collecting everything that could be useful in the forest when suddenly, who's there? It wasn't Wallflower or even a horrible couple. It was Robo Babysitter? Listening to her pitiless voice every day, I never expected to see a nice lady who was as affectionate as my mother. Wallflower sold me out, and now I'll find out what happens to dropouts. Or not? It turns out that the squabbles between bitches began to irritate viewers, and the show's ratings scrapped down. With all this war, I forgot about the ratings. I was neck and neck with ringleader. Wow! And I was offered to do something mega nasty and cool to win attention. As if I needed attention or a stupid prize. At midnight, I waited for Wallflower at the appointed place. As soon as she appeared, the light suddenly turned on full in the dark room. Wallflower ran as fast as she could, but she didn't run far. Security took her away, and the host told me with all her heart that my idea was just brilliant. My video, Our Escape Epic Setup or Naivety 99 level, has collected a lot of views. Ringleader will have to burst out of her skin to get ahead of me. Will I definitely get a job if I win?